He's right now probably the best basketball player in the world.
I just thought he was the best player in the league.
At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Nikola Jokic, the Denver Nuggets superstar center, has already built a sum that cements him among the NBA's all-time greats. A two-time league MVP in 2021 and 2022, and once again a top contender for the award in 2024, Jokic has become the heartbeat of Denver's franchise and, in the eyes of many, the very best player in the game today. What sets Jokic apart is his unmatched basketball IQ and his effortless feel for the game. Watching him play, the sport seems simple, like he's orchestrating it all at half speed while everyone else scrambles to keep up. That rare quality is what separates the great players from the legends, and Jokic continues to prove he belongs in that elite category. His consistent brilliance has earned him respect across the league, including from some of the toughest defenders in basketball. One of them is Anthony Davis, widely regarded as one of the most versatile big men in the NBA. Davis has faced Jokic in countless battles over the years and knows just how relentless the Joker can be around the rim. After Game 1 of the 2024 NBA playoffs, where Jokic dominated despite being guarded primarily by Rui Hachimura, Davis spoke candidly about the challenge of slowing him down. For Ad, it was a reminder that Jokic is not just another big man, he's a problem that requires a completely different game plan.
Yeah, kind of got to it late. Before, Rudy had done a great job on him previously, just being physical with him and pushing the catches out and making it tough for him, shooting over the top. Yeah, like I said, we'll look at it and make our adjustments, talk among ourselves and just kind of see, were we helping Rudy, were we leaving him on the island, when he scored, things like that. So, and then we'll make the proper adjustments going into Game 2. If that means that I'm on him for the whole game, then so be it. But that was the game plan going into tonight.
The 2023 NBA playoffs delivered a thrilling Western Conference semifinal matchup between the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. At the center of the battle were two superstars, Devin Booker and Nikola Jokic. Each game turned into a duel with both players delivering jaw-dropping performances, but in the end, it was Jokic and the Nuggets who prevailed, knocking out the Suns as they marched toward the finals and ultimately the championship. Jokic's numbers over the series were staggering. He averaged 30.5 points, 13.2 rebounds, and 10.3 assists. Simply put, Phoenix never found an answer for him. Even Devin Booker, who played some of the best basketball of his career in that series, admitted after Game 4 that the Suns were running out of options. Game plans came and went, but Jokic continued to dismantle them with his all-around brilliance.
Good question. We're trying to figure it out. It's tough, man. He can make sure everybody's involved at the same time. So you don't want to overhelp because he'll spray it out and they're shooting threes on the backside. But, if you leave the matchup there one-on-one, he's going to make you pay for it. So, we just always talk about making it hard, making it tough, trying to wear him down. He's doing all that offensively, and at the same time on defense, he's up on all of our screens. So he's playing out of his mind. He's doing what he does, but I'm happy as too.
Deandre Ayton was right in the middle of that 2023 semi-final battle, often tasked with guarding Nikola Jokic. With Jokic averaging nearly 35 points per game, it was a tough assignment that could shake any player's confidence. But instead of letting it rattle him, Ayton stayed composed. He avoided trash talk, knowing Jokic feeds off challenges, and instead used the series as a chance to learn. Afterward, he spoke with respect about the Joker's dominance, acknowledging just how difficult it is to slow him down.
I give him his praise. What he means to me. That's the number one center in this league to me. And, just what he do and what he brings to the game is tremendous. And I always look up to it and try to take things from him and, just try to learn from it and put it in my game as well. No matter how you try to shut this dude down, he still finds a way, to be the player he is. And, I love competing against him and, talk here and there while we battling, and it's just good spirits, and just to hear that, he means make me want to keep working for real. Just hearing the recognition of my hard work is amazing. I just want to keep working harder and harder. It's fun, and it's my natural habitat to just be competitive. It's just him just seeing me as a player from when I got in the league is like, dang, DA, finally, you guys look good. You know what I'm saying? Just something, straight up and not too much, but they see it. which it means a lot. We've been working hard and we're a young group, and just hearing that from him, it meant a lot.
With his podcast as a side career, Paul George often shares his unfiltered thoughts on the game. Having played in the Western Conference for years, PG-13 has faced Nikola Jokic multiple times each season, giving him plenty of opportunities to study the Joker. Yet, like so many others, George admits he hasn't cracked the code. And that's no slight on him. Very few players can claim they've figured Jokic out. What George has managed, though, is offering some honest insight into just how tough it is to slow down Denver's superstar.
Man, he is just like, it's crazy because he's not by any means the athletic guy on the floor, but he just knows his game. I think he's a player that just knows who he is on that court. And you put a small guy on him, he punishes him. Somebody his size, he uses his smarts and wits. It's a tough matchup, and it's one that we failed to figure out so far. But I was blown away.
Just like Batman needs Robin, Nikola Jokic has Jamal Murray. Over the years, the two have grown into one of the most effective duos in the NBA, perfectly complementing each other's games. Their chemistry reached its peak during Denver's incredible 2023 playoff run, which ended with the franchise's first ever Larry O'Brien trophy. Even after nearly a decade of playing alongside Jokic, Murray admitted that what he witnessed in those 2023 playoffs was the best version of Nikola, yet a dominant force that no defense could solve.
No, maybe one day in practice. He's very smart with his tactics, the way they front him or deny him. We don't really fight a lot of the pressure that we both get. And just seeing him make quick decisions, if the pass is open, there's no hesitation. Even if he turns it over sometimes, he's just taking what the defense is giving him. But some of the passes he makes and how quick he'll make them, I think that's what impresses me the most.
Rudy Gobert is widely regarded as one of the best rim protectors in basketball. He's slowed down and shut out some of the league's top big men. But when it comes to Nikola Jokic, even Rudy hasn't found the answer in head-to-head matchups. Jokic consistently comes out on top, averaging 21.7 points, 10.2 rebounds, and 7.3 assists against him over his career. One of the most memorable examples came in January 2021, when Jokic torched the Jazz with 47 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. Even more staggering, 30 of those points came in the first half, effectively breaking Utah's spirit before the game was halfway done. Afterward, Gobert admitted he took the loss personally and placed the responsibility squarely on himself.
A lot of things. I think he got it going early. I should have done a much better job. He scored way too easily, especially in the first half. Second half was much better, but it's once again, when someone scored 30 in the first half, it's tough to be in a position when you can win a game, and it's a big. I take full responsibility for that. The team relies on me, and I got to come out, better in the first half.
Domantas Sabonis is another European star who has made his mark in the NBA. Like many big men from Europe, his game is built on versatility and skill rather than pure physicality. A fierce competitor himself, Sabonis has spoken about just how difficult it is to defend someone as uniquely talented as Nikola Jokic. While praising Jokic's skill set and relentless competitiveness, Sabonis went a step further, giving him a title that few players ever receive, acknowledging the Joker as the very best at what he does.
Of course, he's the best big in the league, the best player in the NBA, and as a competitor going against that, you always wake up a bit more motivated, than going against any other team. So, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of a kind. So, if you're not excited to go up against someone like that, then you shouldn't be playing sport.
While many fans still see Nikola Jokic as an out-of-shape superstar, LeBron James strongly disagrees. Having faced the Joker in countless battles, LeBron knows firsthand just how gifted he really is. As one of the sharpest students of the game, LeBron points out that Jokic's physicality doesn't show up in traditional ways. He's not soaring through the air or sprinting past defenders. Instead, his strength, balance, and endurance allow him to dominate in ways that are just as devastating, if not more.
He's 7 foot and 200 and whatever the pounds he is. Plus he's physical. So it's not just, it's a lot of guys who are physical but don't possess the frame that Joker has as well. And he's in great shape too. So, being able to match that, intensity throughout 48 minutes or whatever case, how long he's on the floor or you're on the floor, you have to match that. So he's damn good, and you're just trying to make it tough. He's very good at everything. Offensively, he can do everything. So, just try to make it tough on him. No, he has a great motor. Great motor. We know that. The players that play against him know that. That's just a media horrible narrative.
Kevin Durant is widely regarded as one of the most unstoppable scorers in NBA history, a player who can get a bucket from anywhere on the floor, no matter how tightly he's defended. But even KD knows how frustrating it is when great defense isn't enough, and that's exactly the kind of problem Nikola Jokic creates. While Durant has rarely been outplayed on the scoring end, the Joker has shown him firsthand what it feels like to get buckets dropped on you in ways that make even the best defenders feel helpless.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. Yeah, I felt like all of those shots felt like they was easy shots, you know. And he just played a game at a pace that you can't speed him up. You know, fluster him. He's strong. He can make every shot. I mean, I hate when he makes shots because he's so unorthodox, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a miss, and then it goes straight in. You know, he's incredible.
A fellow Balkan star, Luka Doncic is not only one of Nikola Jokic's toughest opponents, but also one of his closest friends in the NBA. Whenever they face off, the two can often be seen joking around and teasing each other, but always in good spirits. Beneath the playful banter, there's a deep mutual respect. Both are insanely talented, ultra-competitive, and carry the pride of European basketball on their shoulders. And while they usually keep their praise wrapped in sarcasm, whenever Luka does speak seriously about Jokic, the level of respect is undeniable.
Well, I think everybody knew him before. Maybe not because he's not really on the media stuff a lot. But all the players, all the coaches know how special he is. And everybody knows how special he is. So, like I say, I think everybody knows what kind of player he is. And he's right now probably the best basketball player in the world.
Steph Curry is widely considered one of the greatest players of our generation, unguardable with his limitless shooting range that stretches defenses far beyond the three-point line. On the other side, Nikola Jokic dominates in a completely different way, using his size, strength, and skill to overpower defenders in the paint. Both styles are equally frustrating for opponents. Getting torched by deep threes feels helpless, but being bullied possession after possession can be even worse. In a December 2023 matchup between the Warriors and Nuggets, Jokic put Golden State through that exact nightmare, drawing foul after foul and finishing with an incredible 25 free throw attempts. Steph Curry was visibly frustrated as the Warriors simply had no answer for the Joker's relentless attack.
I mean, it does cater to the guys that can sell calls, and when there's physicality, it's tough because it's inconsistent at times on either side. Just what's the tone of the game? And from game to game, it changes. That's the nature of basketball. But like a night like tonight where you feel like there's physicality on one side and then kind of ticky-tack on the other, and then they get into the bonus and it changes the complexity of the game. And especially, it's not like we don't foul. I'm not saying that. It's just consistency is key when it comes to understanding how you can defend in the game, and I know what Coach is talking about. So it was tough tonight. Slowed the whole game down. Obviously, he made every free throw, and changed the momentum, played into their hands, and until things change, you have to adjust. But it was frustrating.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks have proven to be one of the tougher matchups when it comes to slowing down Nikola Jokic. Milwaukee's roster is built with size, strength, and length across the board, giving them multiple strong bodies to throw at Jokic, while their perimeter defenders disrupt passing lanes and try to limit his playmaking. Even with that advantage, the Bucks still have to work tirelessly just to contain him. Giannis himself has admitted as much, recognizing that it's not about finding weaknesses, it's about surviving against one of the very best players in the league.